of Psychology is a brief review of systemic movements that have been of great significance in the development of psychology. Some appreciation of these movements is necessary as a basis for understanding contemporary psychology. These movements have been mainly in the form of schools. Within psychology, a school is a group of individuals who share certain fundamental methodological or theoretical points of view. Some of the schools are structuralism, functionalism, psychoanalysis, gestalt psychology, behaviorism, and humanistic psychology. Let's look at each of them in brief. First, structuralism. Psychology's first major theoretical position came from writings of Wilhelm Wundt, a professor of philosophy who founded the first formal laboratory of psychology at the University of Leipzig in Germany in 1979. According to Wundt, the subject matter of psychology was immediate conscious experience. One's experience of awareness of the content of one's own conscious mind. Psychology thus should seek to understand the structure of the mind. Wundt argued that the fundamental approach of science, namely analysis, should be applied to the human mind. To understand any problem, we need to break it down into smaller parts or elements and then examine the parts themselves. To study the elements of mind, Wundt developed introspection method. Introspection requires an observer who can objectively examine and verbally report what is going on his mind in response to controlled stimulation. These verbal reports are then analyzed and the elements are categorized in an effort to determine the number of kinds of elements in the mind. Wundt's study led him to conclude that there are three basic elements, which are called sensation, which is direct product of external stimulation, images, sensations like experience produced by the mind, and feelings, the emotional component of experience. Next one is functionalism. This is studying how the mind adapts. The major limitation of structuralism is in its failure to relate the mind to action. William James founded functionalism. He argued that psychology should be concerned with not only what the mind is made of, but also how and why it works the way it is. He viewed the mind as a stream, which, like a stream of water, cannot be meaningfully broken down into discrete elements. So he preferred to think of mind or consciousness as a continuous flow and often used the phrase stream of consciousness. This led to a rivalry between Wundt. In the same year that Wundt established his laboratory at Leipzig, James established a psychology laboratory at Harvard University. James made several contributions to psychology. His classic textbook, The Principles of Psychology in 1890, is still in print. The functionalist also expanded the subject matter of psychology to include such topics as memory, thinking, and personality. They also applied their research to everyday life. The functionalist John Dewey first applied psychology to the improvement of educational practices.